Hello guys, this is Gameplays, I'm Fabio Pisco and welcome to my channel. And as for today we have the unboxing of the MSI RTX 4070 from MSI once again, because it's the MSI RTX, so it's from MSI. Anyway, the MSI RTX 4070, and this one is the Ventus 3X, okay, 3X because it has 3 fans. It certainly looks great. It's a great GPU, and I want to thank MSI for sending the card. Once again, I won't be able to keep the card, but at least I am able to test it, and maybe in a short future I may actually be able to keep some cards from MSI, which would be absolutely great. So if you're looking for a card, you can watch this video that I released some days ago about the unboxing of the RX 6950 XT, and that's because I will soon be testing the 6950 XT versus the RTX 4070 because, and I repeat, because these cards cost the same. For $599 you can get both the RTX 4070 and the 6950 XT, so which card should you get? And that's why I will make the video. But as for now, let's unbox this little beast. But before, today's video sponsor is GVG Mall, bringing you all the software deals you need, like Windows 10, Windows 11, Office 2021 with a new Windows 11 design, and even Windows Server 2022. For all of these, you can use my SKG discount code for 25% off, getting a Windows 10 serial key for only $16. Then use the key on your Windows settings and you'll have an activated system. So guys, here we are now on the unboxing part. And I didn't tell you before, but I believe that this card is used, so this is the rotation card, so it is actually used, and well, I believe that everything will be here, so I'm still doing the unboxing. Well, as for the model, we have the Ventus 3X from MSI RTX 4070, as you can see, the non-TI version, once again Ventus 3X, and here we have the LSS, ray tracing, reflex, studio, and so on. And this is basically what we have on the front part, so with the MSI logo and live here and Nvidia as well. On the side, it's basically what always is. Once again, MSI Ventus 3X, 12GB GDDR6X, and GeForce RTX 4070. As on the other side, we have once again the 12GB GDDR6X. We have the barcode, the RTX 4070, and so on. And in the top, it's basically the same. And in the bottom we have the usual English and several other languages that we have here: MicroStar International CO Limited, PCI Express, HDMI, blah blah blah. And in the back we have GeForce RTX 4070, we have the Torx Fan 4.0, as you can see here, Torx Fan 4.0, we have several other things like triple fan, key features that we have: dedicated ray tracing cores, dedicated tensor cores, and Nvidia DLSS 3 game ready, blah blah blah, GeForce Experience, Nvidia Broadcast, G-Sync, GPU boost, and all those things that we usually have, okay? Then we have the core pipe, which is basically the heat dissipation technology. Core pipe, basically heat pipes, the MSI Center app, and I believe that's it. Copper base plate, and once again the Torx Fan 4.0, and I do believe that's it. So let's open the card. And well, I do believe that these papers should actually be inside, but they're here. So we have the MSI. Let me see. Yeah, this is thanks to the editor, basically. We know that you are very busy. To make your life easier, here are few key points and so on. Basically the key points for the reviewers if they want to, okay? That's basically what it is. Then we have the Clutch GM51 lightweight wireless. I do believe that this is from another thing. Yes, this is from a mouse. Somebody left this from a mouse. This is the rotation card, and somebody just messed up with a with the documentation. So yeah, we have something from another guy. Once again, European Union regulatory notices, and once again, so that's it. As for the card inside, well, we have the usual foam, not that thick, but more than enough. And then we have the card. Let me just see if the card has anything there besides the card. I don't think it does. That's okay. We have another manual. This one must be from the card, the others are from other things, like for example that mouse that we actually saw, the G something, and now now we have the package contents, MSI graphics card quick user's guide. Okay, that's basically it. This is at least from the card, and inside the box we have the usual foam, and then we have the space here for the manual, the space here for this little part of the foam to accommodate the GPU basically, and that's all we have. We have nothing more inside, just the usual cardboard. And here it is, the card, and I must tell you that the card looks very, very good. It has quite the length, but at the same time it is long but also slim, which for me is actually a better thing. I prefer the cards long, but instead of having like triple slot or four slots, I do prefer the cards with 2 slots only, and it looks pretty good, I must tell you. Okay, we don't have, as for the heat pipes, let me see the heat pipes. We have 1 heat pipe, I believe. As for the front, we have once again 3 fans with a Mac color scheme, so black and silver. Looks very, very good, I must tell you, very, very good. Then on the side we have GeForce RTX, MSI, and we have the 8-pin connection here. It's a solo 8-pin connection, and this cooling system, this cooling solution with the 8-pin connection is more than enough for the RTX 4070, because this card does not consume a lot of power, so it is more than enough. On the top we have the usual cut for the die to achieve better temperatures, which is also a good thing. It looks great and it performs even better. And also here in the end of the backplate we actually have some cuts as well for the heat dissipation to work better, okay? Instead of having this part closed, that would keep the heat inside, and that the same heat would have actually to leave from the sides. Now we have some cuts on the top in order to achieve better temperatures, because the heat will come out from these cuts, which is also a very nice thing. A very nice thing to have a cut on the die, and this as well. As for the other side, nothing really much more to see. On the front, well, we already saw the front. On this part, we can actually see the beginning of the heat dissipator. Okay, nothing really astonishing. And on the back, we have 3 DisplayPort connections and 1 HDMI, which is kind of standard. Sorry, I will kind of zoom in, which is kind of standard for today's GPUs. So 3 DisplayPorts and 1 HDMI. In the older cards we had more HDMI ports, but now it has come to a point where we have just 3 DisplayPorts and 1 HDMI connection. But that's how the market rules. I don't make the rules, I just report them. Basically, that's it. Now, for the usual matter of perspective, we have the 4070, then we have here the 7900 XTX, the reference model from AMD, and then we have the Zotac 4070 Ti, which is one of the smallest models, actually one of the smallest models. But let's start with the 7900 XTX. The 4070 is actually longer than the 7900 XTX. It is actually longer, but as soon as we go to one of the most important parts, which is the thickness, as you can see, or as you cannot see, but I'll show you now. So as you can see, look at this, the 7900 XTX is much larger, much thicker than the 4070, although the 4070 is indeed a bit longer, but not by much. So there is indeed a difference. And as we go, for example, for the 4070 Ti from Zotac, the length is basically the same, so the same length. The bottom one from Zotac, the top one from MSI. As you see, they're different. The 4070 Ti has a different pin connection. As you can see, the 4070 Ti has the PCI Express 5 connection, while this one has the old connection and at the same time slimmer, but still the same length. So interesting to see. So yeah, basically that's it. I really like this card, although it is a very simple version, so we do not have any kind of dual BIOS. We can't enable or disable LEDs. I don't even know if it has LEDs, but I believe it doesn't, so it is a full sleek version, no LEDs from what I see. I don't see where the LEDs can be actually. I believe there's none, so no RGB. It's a very sleek version. It will perform good. It will perform more than it needs for the 4070. We don't also need any kind of power adapter of the PCI Express 5 connection, sorry, because this one works just fine because it is the old adapter, which means that you don't need a new adapter and you don't need a new PSU as well. It just works great. Simple, clean, and no RGB bullshit. And well guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really like this GPU. I do really like this GPU. It is very, very slick, very slim. It just looks great. It occupies only 2 slots, so you have 2 slots only instead of being triple slot, which is great for people actually having smaller cases. In terms of length, you do need a longer case, but in terms of height, your case can be, for example, you can mount it easily on, for example, a micro ATX case and a micro ATX motherboard, because it is slim, it is just double slot, so it will be completely fine. As for the power draw and the looks, the card just look very, very good. No RGB, by the way, and in terms of noise, it is fine as well, because once again, the 4070 does not consume that huge amount of power that the 6950 XT does, even undervolted. So we're talking about, let's say 200 watts versus 300 watts undervolt. So yeah, that's the difference, but still this card performs really well. It just is a great card for the, I wouldn't say it is a great card for its price, but it is definitely a good card, just not well priced. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video.